What's up guys, it's Noah here with Custom RC Mods, and in today's video, I want to try to answer a question that I get rather commonly, which is all about drone motor rotation. And if you guys did not know, on the freestyle quads, especially those configured in Betaflight, the stock motor rotation direction is inward. So props in, as it's called. Basically, your front and back props are going to rotate just like so. But what is the merit to running props out? And matter of factly, I just researched this myself and I converted all my quads there on the spot to props out for one reason in particular. But first things first, let's go ahead and compare really what matters most during flying, which is the handling. There is no conclusive evidence that either rotation will handle better than the other. However, I have found in my personal experience that there's a little bit more bite in the turns when you have a quad that flies props out. But again, I mean, it's not really worth that time that it would take to reverse all your motors and reverse the setting in Betaflight to reverse the gyro, things like that. I don't think that that is a big enough, reason for someone to switch. However, this next reason really is the main reason that I chose to go ahead and switch over to the dark side. Now, as you guys know, I fly in natural environments rather commonly. Pretty much most of the time that I've been flying, I just fly all around these big trees and things like that. And more often than not, I find myself staring up at this huge tree, 40 or 50 feet tall, with a quad at the very top, upside down. I was doing a split S or a power loop or something like that. Just got it lodged in there. I can't get it out. And obviously, if it's just a $100 or $200 quad, I'm not going to attempt a death-defying rescue to go out and get it. But that will really burn, especially if it's like my ultimate freestyle build, those $350 just out the window there. I would really feel bad about that. And you're thinking, wow, this is not, what does this have to do with prop rotation? I mean, the rescue process. But wait, what if we can get this thing to stop crashing in the trees altogether? And again, you're thinking, what does this have to do with motor rotation? I thought we were doing a technical Betaflight settings video. No guys, look at this right here. This is a top view. Your quad's flying through the air like so. If you got some brush coming down like that, and you're about to get stuck in, and you're about to, just call it quits in general, but you leave the motors armed, all of that brush is going to get wicked into the center of the chassis here because of these motors spinning inwards. So you think about it, everything's going to get lodged in this little crevice in here, and is 1,000 times more likely for your quad to get stuck up in the tree. However, if these two motors, and of course the other two, are reversed, basically think about this, you're going to have the motor spinning the opposite direction, and all that brush is going to be pushed off to the side, effectively making the quad bounce off of the obstacle that it hit. And this also does work in a limited respect to harder obstacles like concrete walls, things like that. If you just brush up against it, I'm sure you'll have a more favorable time trying to get away from it. However, if you hit it at 300 miles per hour, I don't think anything else is going to change. So yeah, mainly for me, that tree reason, especially since I fly around trees a lot, is the most important reason that I fly props out, and it's definitely the reason that you guys should consider it, just because, again, that's going to really save your ass in a time when you might be in need, looking at that quad really high in the sky. But there's also some other reasons why you might choose props out over props in. And the first one is for a clean video. We're not talking about video signal here, we're talking about the physical lens itself. So I've run props out on this specific quad since I've had it. And you can see right here, that lens is spotless on the FPV camera right there. No dirt or anything like that. But on this quad right here, which I recently converted to props out, you can see there's a nice size ring of dirt and things like that, and it's a lot worse on some of my other quads that I've flown more and a little bit harder than this quad right here. But the same thing is applied. I mean, basically same as hitting those trees, all that brush, all those leaves you shred, all that grass that you might hit gets flung right into your FPV camera and can obstruct your view, especially if you're trying to fly back to yourself after a hard crash, or if you're in an environment that isn't going to allow you to retrieve the quad as easily. And that can really be important, because if your view is obstructed, you're going to have a lot harder of a time getting that quad back to you as easily. But on the flip side, you have to think about this. The props in method is going to get your camera dirty, sure, but the props out method, if you think about it, is going to fling all that same dirt into your stack. But if you think critically about the flight systems only, that's just cosmetic damage, just grass in there. I can easily unscrew the top plate and clean all that stuff out if I really wanted to. But also, most of the time, it's going to get flung off this way or kind of backwards at you just because, it has to go all the way around and in. If you think about it, it makes sense. But those are probably the biggest reasons overall why someone should fly props out instead of props in, and it's definitely convinced me altogether. There is no conclusive evidence about one over the other flying better. There is something to be said about maybe less motor stress when you're flying props out because it reverses which side is doing the yaw. So when you're doing a coordinated turn, then it technically gives less stress on one of the back motors. So if you're doing a turn like this, obviously this motor right here spinning up the hardest. But if it's also doing the yawing and the pitching, then it can also, it can put more load on the motor and make it last not quite as long as the rest. So again, not really conclusive evidence on that, and that really isn't the reason that I fly props in or out. I haven't seen any performance decreases, but that main reason of bouncing off of trees rather than getting stuck in them has saved me so many times already, even over the past 2 weeks of flying, that I just thought I had to spread the word to you guys and hopefully made you guys consider switching here today. So yeah, if you have any questions, guys, please let me know down in the comment section below. I'd be happy to hear what you have to say or any of the experiences you've had. If you have any other video requests like this one, I'd be happy to whip them out. This really didn't take that much time to do, and it's just, a basic little opinion that I'm sharing with you all about FPV drones. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.